Okay, today we're going to be doing our first Word document, and what we're going to be working on today is our I Love Pi document, our introduction to Word. We will start out, when you start doing this lesson, you will first need to go to the internet. You will need to go to www.salemschools.com. Again, that's www.Salem, S-A-L-E-M, schools, S-C-H-O-O-L-S.com. Once you're on this website, you'll notice these tabs at the top. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the schools tab at the top, just put your mouse over top of it, and then go down and click on where it says Salem Middle School. This will take you to our website here at Salem Middle School. Down at the left hand side you'll see all these different links. The link that you will need to go to is the one that says Teachers towards the bottom. Once here, this will show you all the different teachers that are in Salem Middle School. Where you need to go is under where it says Schools here and it says Teachers Subsections. You'll need to click on the down arrow and you will need to go down to my name, which is J.D. Wade Swift, and click on it. Once there, you're going to scroll, and right underneath where it says Technology in big, bold, black, and underlined font, you will need to go to where it says I Love Pi document. Now you'll notice there's two other documents that are here, and we're going to use these, okay? But the first one you're going to open up, it says I Love Pi doc. So when you click on it, you should get a window that pops up. It'll ask you either to open, save, or save as, and we're just going to open it. And it may take a minute or two to open this document up. Once you have the document open, right now it's at 50% on the zoom, the view here. But I really want this to be at 100 so I can really see it. So I'm just going to use my scroll here to really open it up. And there we go. That way I can see this entire document. As you can see, the entire document is right here. Okay. The next one that I'm going to open up is I'm going to go to the Pi's document. Now, this is where you can decide to open this Pi's document, or you can go into Google and you can Google Pi's and get a Pi that you like. Or with this document, I've already had a bunch of selection of Pi pieces, and this will allow you to just more quickly, more readily get to where we need to go. So right here we have all these different type of Pi selections. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of the Pi pieces that I want, and I'm going to go ahead and go with this blueberry piece. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and if you double click on it, what it'll do is take you to this Picture Tools ribbon here, this format right here. And all I'm going to do is actually do our shortcut for copying, which is Control-C, and then I'm going to go back down here at the working taskbar here, and I'm going to go to this I Love Pi document. And I'm going to Control-V as in victory, and now it pastes it onto my document. Now I'm able to move this piece anywhere I want to. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and start covering up this entire Pi sign with my Pi. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move this piece. I'm not going to resize it, I'm not going to do anything to it, and I'm going to move it. And I'm going to use my arrow keys. I got a little bit left. I'm going to use my arrow keys to make sure I cover up right here. Now, when I say cover the entire thing, what you're going to end up having to do is you're going to end up having to copy this and then paste it and make several pieces of Pi in order to cover this up. So I'm going to copy, paste. And it's easier just to copy and paste a piece that you've just moved. And you got to make sure it's highlighted in order to do that. Copy, then paste. copy, paste. Now let's say, and this happens, is that I accidentally grab a hold of this pi sign and it moves on me. No problem. You can do a easy function here where you can just do Control Z and it undoes whatever you just did. It's an undo, which you have these buttons up at the top as well that you can do that. But if you just do Control Z, if you make a mistake, Control Z will fix it. Let's say that it moves. I do Control Z, but really I wanted to have it over there. I can do Control Y to undo my Control Z. Okay, so you can do an undo and a redo. But I'm going to go ahead and move it back to where it was and get back to the process. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm actually going to click on this one because it's closer to where I'm going to go next. I'm going to Control C and then Control V again. So just copy and paste. That's all I'm having to do here. And again, I'm going to use my arrow keys if I'm just barely moving it. If I'm moving it a long distance, then yeah, I'm going to use my mouse. But for the most part, I use my arrow keys. Copy, paste. Again, I'm using my mouse to go here. And I'm kind of starting to do where I'm making it so that it kind of moves right along with it. Copy, paste. Now I'm getting to a point where it's getting close to the numbers. Now I don't want to cover up the numbers. So I'm going to copy and paste. And I'm going to move this so that it doesn't cover up the numbers. Now yeah, it's going down pretty far. But I'm not covering up any of the numbers. And it's important we don't cover up the numbers because we want to see it's 3.14, which is the value of pi. Copy paste that one. I'm going to kind of make it go over a little bit. Copy paste. Yep, I got a little bit of a space there, so I'm going to cover that up. Copy paste. I'm going to copy and paste. And here, as you can see, it's going to start getting, I don't want to cover up the 4, so I'm going to kind of move this up. It's going to cover up a little bit of that pi piece that I had just done. But as long as I'm not covering up that 4, I'm okay. So I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to move it right to there. And I still got a little bit of black there. I'm going to kind of move this down, see if that'll, and it won't. So I'm going to kind of make it look, I'm just going to move this over. I'm going to do one more piece, copy and paste. And that gives you your pi symbol for the entire thing. So now I have my pi. There's no black from the pi symbol. Pi symbol is completely covered up. And to get all your points, you need to make sure that the entire pi symbol in the background is covered up. Okay? I also have to be able to recognize that this is a pi symbol. It just can't be a big blob of stuff. Also, I want to make sure that the numbers are not covered up. Okay? So that's very important. Now you can see your entire sign here, and the message is I love pi. Okay? Now, let's talk about saving this. Now, depending on what type of what word you have, what I have is 10, so mine might look a little bit different than yours. Yours might have like this, what I call a little jewel at the top left hand side is the office button. What I've got is just a tab right here, and it's going to be primarily the same thing. I'm just going to click, if you click on your button up at the top and then you run your mouse down over top of Save As and then go over to where it says Word 97 2003, you're going to go ahead and click on that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on File and go to Save As, and it'll give me a window that pops up here. And here, it's already in here as a Word 97 2003 document. It's a .doc. The reason that this is important is because some people do not have the newer version of Word. If you have XP and you do it as a .docx, unless you have the conversion on it, you will not be able to open it up. So I like to go ahead, and since we've got several computers in this building that still run on XP, I want to make sure that we save it as a .doc, which is a Word document. Okay, that's why it's DLC at the end. Now, in this case, I want to make sure I save it in the right place. If you're doing it at home, that means you need to make sure you're saving it on your flash drive, thumb drive, whatever you have that you're doing to save it on, so you can bring it here into class. But you want to make sure you save it in the correct place. In my case, I'm going to make sure that I save it in my files. I'm going to go to my technology folder, and now I'm going to put it into my Word folder. And then I'm going to make sure I save it as my ilovepi.doc. And then I'm going to click on save, and it will be saved. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of this because I've already got it in there. I'm just going to go ahead and exit out. But that shows you how to go ahead and save it. Now it has been saved, and you're done with the lesson.